Imagine waking up one morning and discovering that your neighbors are gone. Not moved away. Not on vacation. Gone. Their cars are still in the driveway. Their breakfast dishes remain on the table. The television is still running. The front door is unlocked. But the family? They have vanished without a trace. No witnesses. No struggle. No explanation. It's as if they simply disappeared from existence. Tonight on The Lost Chronicles, we investigate the terrifying mystery of a family who seemingly vanished overnight. What happened inside their home? Why was everything left behind? And could the truth be far more disturbing than anyone imagined? Let's uncover the mystery. Chapter 1: The Carter Family. In the quiet town of Blackwood Falls lived the Carter family. David Carter, his wife Sarah, and their two children, Emily and Josh. They were ordinary people. David worked at a local insurance company. Sarah taught at an elementary school. The children attended school nearby. Neighbors described them as friendly and dependable. Nothing about them stood out. Nothing suggested danger. Their lives followed a familiar routine. Every morning. Every evening. Everything seemed normal. Until October 17, 2009. The night everything changed. Chapter 2: The Last Night. Several neighbors reported seeing the family that evening. David was mowing the lawn. Sarah was watering flowers near the porch. The children were playing basketball in the driveway. Nothing unusual. Nothing suspicious. At approximately 8:30 p.m., the family was seen entering their house. Lights remained on throughout the evening. A television flickered in the living room. The neighborhood eventually grew quiet. Everyone went to sleep. But sometime during that night, something happened. Something nobody could explain. Because by sunrise, the Carter family was gone. Chapter 3: The Discovery. The mystery began when Sarah failed to appear for work. This was highly unusual. She had never missed a day without notice. Calls to her phone went unanswered. By afternoon, concern began spreading. A family friend drove to the Carter residence. The front door was slightly open. Inside, the scene was unsettling. Breakfast ingredients sat on the kitchen counter. Coffee remained inside the machine. The television was still on. Beds appeared slept in. Wallets. Keys. Phones. Everything remained inside. Even the family dog was found alone in the backyard. Yet there was no sign of David, Sarah, Emily, or Josh. The entire family had vanished. Chapter 4: No Trace. Police immediately launched a massive investigation. Every room was searched. Every inch of the property examined. No signs of forced entry. No evidence of violence. No blood. No fingerprints from unknown individuals. Nothing. Search teams combed nearby forests. Divers searched local lakes. Helicopters scanned miles of countryside. Weeks passed. Then months. Nothing was found. No clothing. No vehicle. No remains. No evidence that the family had ever left the property. It was as though they had simply ceased to exist. Chapter 5: The Strange Clue. Nearly 6 months after the disappearance, investigators uncovered a peculiar detail. A neighbor recalled hearing unusual sounds around midnight. Not screams. Not gunshots. Something stranger. A low humming noise. Almost mechanical. The sound lasted only a few minutes. At the time, nobody thought much of it. But after the disappearance, the memory became unsettling. Even stranger, security cameras from nearby businesses showed something unusual that night. For a brief moment, several cameras experienced interference. Static. Distortion. Lost footage. Exactly during the estimated window when the family disappeared. Investigators could never explain it. Chapter 6, Theories. As years passed, theories multiplied. Some believed the family staged their disappearance. Perhaps they wanted a fresh start. But detectives found no evidence. No hidden bank accounts. No travel plans. No preparations. Others suspected foul play. Could someone have abducted the entire family? If so, how? Without waking neighbors. Without leaving evidence. Without being seen. Then there were stranger theories. Some believed the family encountered something unknown. Something that cannot be explained. The mysterious sound. The camera interference. The complete absence of evidence. Each clue seemed to create more questions than answers. Chapter 7, The Abandoned House. Years later, the Carter home remained empty. Residents avoided walking near it after dark. Stories began spreading throughout the town. Some claimed lights occasionally appeared inside. Others reported hearing footsteps from the empty house. A few even claimed to see silhouettes standing in the upstairs windows. Watching. Waiting. Of course, none of these reports were ever verified. But they added to the growing legend. The house became a symbol of the mystery. A place frozen in time. A reminder of a family that vanished without explanation. Conclusion. More than 15 years later, nobody knows what happened to the Carter family. Did they leave voluntarily? Were they victims of a crime? Or did something far stranger occur within that quiet suburban home? The evidence tells one story. The missing family tells another. And somewhere out there, the truth may still exist. Hidden. Waiting. Just beyond our reach. What do you think happened to the Carter family? Share your theory in the comments below. And if you enjoy unsolved mysteries, eerie disappearances, and forgotten cases, subscribe to the Lost Chronicles for more journeys into the unknown. Because some mysteries are never truly forgotten.